Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tanya Renee and I make videos on lifestyle, pregnancy, weight loss, array of stuff, reviews of hotels, just random stuff. But today the video that I'm coming to you with is a video about my pregnancy and my whole entire journey to getting pregnant and being healthy and fit before pregnancy, during pregnancy, after pregnancy, obviously, and also what I did to stay fit, to beat gestational diabetes this pregnancy. Yes, I did it, you guys. So I just wanted to come on here and share with you guys some of my tips that helped me along the way, and it's still helping me along the way as I am about a month away before giving birth to my beautiful baby boy. So I just want you guys to know what I did and some tips that helped me. Hopefully they can help you. They're very easy, very simple, nothing crazy, no fad diets, a little bit, but just some good ideas and tips that will definitely help you snap back and have a easier and less stressful pregnancy. So if you want to know more, stay tuned. So if you're still here by now, you want to know basically what did I do. So I'm going to go back a little bit before. I know sometimes people hate this. Go back, start from the beginning, like, oh, I want to know what you did. But it was a process and it started before I got pregnant. So obviously I have a son before, and I was pregnant numerous times before. I had a healthy live birth. You guys already know that. I'm gonna be drinking water throughout this whole video because I'm at that point where I can't breathe and I'm super thirsty. So I have one live birth, my son King, and I gained a good amount of weight with him. I was already at a heavier weight. I was about 250 pounds when I was pregnant with him. I probably even hit 260 for all I know while I was pregnant with him. Had him, lost a little weight, but still had a struggle because my starting weight, when I started my weight loss journey, I was 250 pounds. I had gestational diabetes, which I was put on insulin I was put on insulin some point during that pregnancy, which again, I don't think was any help for me. It helped obviously my baby because it helped the blood sugar levels for him. But for me, I feel like my body held on to that and it made it really hard for me to lose weight. But I struggled through and I lost 60 pounds before I got pregnant with this baby. All my babies have been conceived through IVF. I've never been pregnant naturally. Well, I never been pregnant with my husband naturally. So basically we always went through IVF. This time we knew we wanted to have a baby, and I said, I'm gonna start working out because I want to be a fit mama. I don't want to be like tired and sluggish. On top of I have all these other issues going on, which if you watch previous videos, you see that I am a TAC mama, meaning I have a transabdominal cerclage place to keep my baby in place. That's already a whole nother issue on top of not being able to get pregnant naturally and carry my baby naturally. And I'm always put on some kind of light bed rest halfway through my pregnancy, which I've been on since like 26 weeks. So the first tip that I would tell anyone, if you are not pregnant yet, start prepping your body for your pregnancy. When I say prepping your body, start working out, getting your cardio in, getting your weight as close as you can to your ideal weight or your goal weight will help you. When I say I was working out hardcore for full, maybe more than a year before I had my son, and my body got used to it, that once I got pregnant, I wasn't working out hardcore, but I was still able to keep up with my exercise regimen, which allowed me to keep the weight off. Now, with that being said, let's start with the gestational diabetes part of it. Obviously, if you have gestational diabetes, I had it in the past, they test you super early to know if you have it. If you don't want to be on insulin, you got to eat properly. You have to eat right. And with hence eating right, you don't gain as much weight because you're not snacking, because you're paying attention, because gestational diabetes can be really bad for your baby. If you have gestational diabetes and it's not under control with diet and healthy lifestyle changes or insulin, you can have a bigger baby. And some of the side effects of bigger baby, bigger baby, which some people think that's great, but your baby can be born with low blood sugars, which my son was, which can be an issue. Stillbirth is a cause. Early miscarriage, early birth, C-section, all kinds of complications. You don't want that. And you give your child a higher chance of having diabetes later on in life. So the goal is you don't want to have gestational diabetes. And if you do, you want to try your hardest not to be on insulin and try to eat healthy to sustain your pregnancy without getting extra drugs in your body to maintain your body and to maintain your blood sugar levels. It's a pain in the butt, but the crazy thing is I don't have gestational diabetes this pregnancy. I passed my 3-hour glucose, failed my 1-hour glucose, but I'm still being monitored because I had it in the past, and it's likely that it can come on later on. I fought really hard not to have it. And again, some of those tips was changing my lifestyle, eating right, and exercise. So I made some notes so I'm not like crazily all over the place, which I kind of feel like I'm already am. So this video is my weight loss, maintenance, healthy eating during pregnancy, and controlling your gestational diabetes, and having what some people call a all belly pregnancy. Don't we all want that? We don't want to gain any weight. We want to have that baby and boom, our bodies are back to almost what it was before pregnancy, which we know that's not realistic, but it can happen. And you see it happen, and people judge women that it happens, but it's a reason you set your body up for that. Okay, because let's be real. When you see these women 2 weeks after having a baby and their bodies look amazing, stop going on their pages or commenting that they had liposuction. Let's be for real. No doctor is going to perform liposuctions or cosmetic surgeries, no legitimate doctor, days after you gave birth, okay? And they'll know you gave birth because you already know if you have a baby, you're still bleeding, your body's still open. You don't have any energy to be sneaking around and having liposuction. So I see these posts under these beautiful women that just were lucky to snap back. Okay, 6 months later, maybe they had liposuction. So what? Well, we're talking about days later where you're feeling your best because you took care of your body, you worked out. So, the first thing that I have on here is for weight gain, because that's what this video is about. The weight that you're going to gain during pregnancy. You need to know what's your number. Gosh, my eyes been watering all day. I don't know why. It's like something. Okay, guys. So tip number 1, make sure you know how much weight you need to gain for your body size, type, age. Everyone has a different number, and it's a wide range, and everyone's not going to hit that number. You might be below it, you might be over it. I am considered obese. I am about 5'3" and a half, and when I got pregnant, I was about 210 pounds. I'll explain all of that later, but 210 pounds for someone my size, that's considered obese, or a plus size person, and I shouldn't gain more than 10 to 15 pounds. Now, yes, do some people gain more than 10, 15 pounds? Yes, they do, and some people gain less. But at least know your number, what's healthy for you. There's a range. If I find it, I'll go ahead and link it in the next slides coming up, that you can see what's recommended for your BMI or for your height and weight of how much weight you should gain by trimester and by your height and weight and etc. There's a weight that they want you to stay in between. Once you know that, at least you have a starting point of saying, hey, I'm gaining too much weight, I'm not gaining enough weight, what do I need to do to rectify that? So tip number 1, know how much you need to gain for your body size. Tip number 2. Stop believing all these fads, not fads, all these when people say you're eating for 2. You're not eating for 2. Don't believe that. That's a bunch of junk. You're not eating for 2. The first trimester, you don't even need extra calories. Second trimester, 300 to 400 extra calories. And I think it's like 500 extra calories at the end. And obviously that doubles for every child that you're having. So if you have twins, triplets, it doubles, triples, whatever. Again, I'll put a link in for how much you should be consuming per trimester for your pregnancy. And it's okay, tip number 3. I know some people are not gonna like this and they feel like numbers doesn't matter, but for me, it helped me a lot. Get a scale. When I say I weighed myself, I was a little obsessive because I weighed every day. I don't advise to weigh every day, but once a week, once a month maybe, to see your weight, because a lot of people only know their weight when they go to the doctor, and then they're like, oh my God, and the doctor's like, whoa, you gained a lot of weight. So what was I saying? Get a scale. All right, you don't even have to get a fancy scale. I have the one that does the BMI, the body fat, the water, but you just need a scale to know where you're at. Record it. Know what you weigh before you got pregnant, your pre-pregnancy weight, so that you can know how much you gained, and if you're gaining at an appropriate scale. Don't wait for those random appointments when they tell you to get up on that scale and then be shocked and be disappointed. Now, of course, the scale is going up. You're growing a human. You can't always help that. You know, your scale's gonna go up. If your baby's 8 pounds, you should at least gain 8 pounds. Some people are lucky and they don't gain 8 pounds. But what I'm saying is, get a scale. It'll help. Tip number 3, 4, I don't know, let's wrap. Next tip, water. When I say water is life, this is not just for pregnancy. It's for everyone, y'all. Water helps cleanse your body. When you are pregnant, you need even more water. You're even more thirsty. And one of the big thing is people mistake hunger for thirst. And when you're pregnant, that is very easy. But let me give you some of the reasons why you need to drink a lot of water during pregnancy. And I know you're like, man, but I have to go to the bathroom all the time. Yeah, I know it sucks, because me too. I hate it, especially in the middle of the night. But water, one of the things that's going to happen is all these hormones are in your body. You're going to be constipated. I promise you. Sorry if it's TMI, but come on. It's a baby video. What do you expect? Bruh, the water helps so much. It will help with constipation. It'll help flush out the hormones so you don't be getting all those that baby acne. Instead, you'll be glowing. Okay, so water helps with that. Another reason why you should drink water is after about 25 weeks or so, some people earlier, some people later, you're gonna start getting Braxton Hicks. When I say Braxton Hicks can be painful, they're like menstrual cramps on crack. Sometimes they're not always that bad, but they're very spontaneously, and they're basically practice contractions. That's what I call them. They come and go for me, but the more hydrated I am, the less intense they are. So get hydrated. Drink lots of water. I fill this up about 3-4 times a day, and I literally like empty it. My doctor's like, if you have any color in your urine, you're not drinking enough water. So drink enough water, because it's gonna help when those Braxton Hicks start kicking in. Another tip is for water is you're bloated, you're retaining water. You need more water so you don't get bloated. When I say I drink water, my wedding ring still fits. My hands are not bloated. My bloated, right? That's the word. My hands aren't swollen. My feet aren't swollen. My knees aren't swollen. My joints, none of that stuff hurts because I drink my water. Okay, so water helps with so much. It flushes your system, and then it helps that you don't hold on to a lot of water weight. Think about how much water weight some pregnant people have in them. They go and they have their baby's only 8 pounds, and they lose 30 pounds within the first few weeks of pregnancy because a lot of it was water. So before pregnancy, after pregnancy, during pregnancy, water, water, water. You're gonna hear me say water all the time through all my videos. For anything for weight loss, water is the key. Another thing is your amniotic fluid. It comes from you taking in water. You want to make sure you have enough amniotic fluid for your baby, because that's how your baby breathes, eats, poops. Everything is inside that sac with that amniotic fluid, and you want to make sure that he or she has enough. The next step, working out. When I say you need to work out, you need to work out. I'm not saying get you some crazy routine. I worked out before I got pregnant and got in really good shape before I got pregnant. So if you're not pregnant yet, think about getting you a good workout routine. It doesn't have to be super strenuous, just something to get yourself moving. When you become pregnant, if you were working out prior to then, with permission from your doctor, of course, you usually can keep up the same workout routine unless you have some kind of medical issue that your doctor doesn't want you working out. My restriction was no more running. I was hardcore running 5 miles a day. So that hurt me a lot because that's how I felt. I was keeping my weight down. I know cardio is not the way to keep your weight down. Lifting weights is. Before I got pregnant, I was lifting weights and running, but running was my go-to. And that water off me. So can't run anymore, right? I have a treadmill in my house. It's cold outside, so I can't really go walk right now. I get on my treadmill 1 to 2 times a day, and I walk for up to 3 miles. You don't have to walk 3 miles. 15 minutes 3 times a day after each meal is basically all you need to maintain. If you can do an hour in the morning, hour at night, or hour at night, that alone will help you with your keeping your weight down. Okay, so that is another tip. Some kind of exercise. If you can YouTube. I go on YouTube and I find all kinds of workout videos for moms, for pregnant mothers, postpartum exercises, all the different things to help while you're pregnant, different exercises for different trimesters. And when I'm tired of walking on a treadmill, I do those. I also have a son. We put on music and we dance like crazy people in the house until I have no more energy. That's another way. I keep track of my workouts with my my Apple Watch. You don't have to do that, but I like that it keeps me on track. I know how much calories I burnt for the day. Did I move enough for the day? So before I got pregnant, this was my holy grail. So thank you, bestie, because my best friend put me onto it, and now I love it for so many other reasons. But that's a whole nother video on the Apple Fit Watch, right? So another thing with exercise, if you have gestational diabetes, it is believed that if you walk the night before, you can control your blood sugar levels the whole day the next day just from walking the day before for 45 minutes. Or if you walk for 15 minutes before or after every single meal, it lowers your blood sugar, I think by 15 to 20 points. I'll find the exact wording for you, and I will put a link in for you to see that. Again, this is something random that I Googled when I was trying to figure out how to keep my fasting blood sugar and my after meal blood sugars low and within range. And I also will put up what the ranges is right about here. Oh, so the biggest thing about maintaining your weight during pregnancy, your diet. That is the number one tip, is your diet. What are you putting in your body? Obviously, the cardio is what you're getting out of it, but what are you putting into your body? One of the biggest things that I did was clean my diet completely up. I cut sugar out. No sugar whatsoever. I don't add sugar to anything. I do not use sugar whatsoever. Sugar is the devil, ladies, especially during pregnancy. If you can cut back as much as you can, that is great. I might get a little sugar if there is some kind of sauce that I'm eating that already has it in it, but I try to make my own food so I don't get the extra added sugar. And I follow a low carb, moderate protein, high fat diet. I don't want to say I'm keto because I'm not keto, because I eat rice. I just try to eat very little bit of it because my body still needs it. I'm pregnant. I need all the food groups, but I eat very little. When I'm not pregnant, I eat almost no carbs. When I say no carbs, I'm talking about white bread, pasta, things like that. I'm not talking about vegetables. I'm not talking about strawberries and things like that. I eat that stuff. I eat as clean as possible or as plant-based as possible, meaning if it was grown and it's in its natural state other than being cooked on the stove, that's how I eat it, and I try to stick with that. I try to have majority of my plate vegetables, a little bit of carbs or no carbs, some kind of meat. Now, people always saying keto is not good for you. Keto, is nothing wrong with keto. The problem with it is people do dirty keto. Dirty keto is not good for you. Eating bacon, wrapped hamburgers and hot dogs and sauce links every single day, that's not good for you. Eating avocados and olive oil and nuts and seeds and salmon and grass-fed steaks and things like that, that's different. That's different. Okay? So this dirty keto is not good for you. Yes, it's going to clog your arteries and you might still lose weight, but you're going to feel very crappy. So you might want to do some research on clean keto and keto while being pregnant. There's so many great foods that you can eat in keto. Eggs, you can eat cheese, you can eat all these different things that some people already eat. You just have to know how to eat them and in moderation and clean keto if you are going to do keto. But I don't feel like you have to do keto. I feel like you just need to clean your diet up, eat clean, stay away from the sweets and the snacks. I know you guys have cravings. That is the hardest part. But I feel if you prepped your body before, when you get pregnant, the cravings are going to be less. Because I realized, that's bad for me to say that because I never really had super cravings. But this pregnancy, I haven't been eating fast food. No ice cream, no cookies, no snacks, no candy. I ate none of that this pregnancy. The last pregnancy, I never was a big sweet person, but I like to eat out and I love lots and lots of pasta, macaroni and cheese, like all that stuff. I'm not eating none of that stuff. So that's what's helped me not gain almost any weight whatsoever. So clean your diet up and figure out what's best for you. You already know that you need a lot of nutrient-rich foods with all the vitamins to grow your baby. One of the biggest things that I heard another YouTuber said is before she eats something, she always thinks, how is this going to nourish my baby? Is it going to nourish my baby? Is it going to fill my body and make me feel good? Make me feel great and be able to function? And what is it doing to my baby when I eat it? What is all the extra sugar going to your baby? Like, what is it doing to him and myself? All the chemicals, all the processed food. What is it doing to my baby? And if you think about it like that, it makes it so much easier to make better options. When I knew that gestational diabetes can hurt my child, and I knew what insulin is doing to my body, I'm sorry. People are going to tell you insulin isn't bad for you. It's not going to do anything for you, but that's a lie. I will list many doctors underneath in my link box that you can go check them out. They'll give you the whole tea on taking insulin. Now, if you have to take insulin, Yes, I'd rather you take insulin and let the blood sugars go crazy in your child. But if you can maintain your diet and blood sugar with your diet and don't have to take it, then that's a better option. I'm not saying don't take insulin. You cannot control your blood sugar with eating. You need to take the insulin because that's going to protect your baby from the sugar getting to them. On top of, they say that insulin doesn't cross the placenta to the baby. So really, the insulin issue is going to be set with you. And what is it doing to your pancreas? What is it doing to your liver? What is it doing to your body and your fat cells and all that stuff? And that's a whole nother video. But like I said, the best way to maintain your gestational diabetes and your weight gain and loss during pregnancy is diet and exercise. And that's what this whole video is about. Again, this is basically the same thing. Watch what you're eating. I went ahead and I downloaded MyFitnessPal, which MyFitnessPal is my best friend. Excuse me, is my best friend. I've been using that a few years now. And if you put it in MyFitnessPal, it'll tell you how much calories you need to maintain your weight. Because I wasn't trying to lose weight during pregnancy, I put it in to maintain the weight that I am at, how many calories I need to eat to maintain. And that was basically, I think like 2,000 calories. And then I added 3 to it. So I eat anywhere from 2,000 to 23 to 2,500 calories at the max per day. On top of I am exercising, on top of my baby is consuming some of that. So every day I don't even get that much calories in because I'm so full because I'm eating really nutrient-dense food. Lettuce, cabbage, broccoli, carrots, kale, grass-fed meats, high-fat fish like salmon. Those are the things I'm eating. Okra, my mom makes me eat that. Liver, which I don't eat that often. I have an iron deficiency. So iron, lamb chops, just all kinds of foods that I eat, you know, and I still eat somewhat plant-based. We're mainly plant-based, but I still eat a lot of vegan dishes. But since I've been pregnant, I've been eating more animal products than I would when I wasn't pregnant. Most of you guys know me from my page being 100% plant-based, meaning I eat minimal animal products. I don't drink milk. I don't use butters, all that stuff. But since I've been pregnant, I had to change it up because it wasn't working for my gestational diabetes and for my body goals at the time. So you got to find what works for you. That's another key tip, right? I'm going to go ahead and put in a link of all the foods that I eat, what I basically eat in a day. It'll be spread throughout this video. My day usually starts with, I know it's not good to say I don't really eat breakfast, but I used to have like a keto coffee, a high-fat coffee. That helped me a lot. But again, that might not be for everyone. I don't do that every day. Some days I get up and I have bacon and eggs or avocado and eggs, something nutrient dense. A snack would be like nuts and some cheese or cucumber, tomato, avocado mixed up in a bowl and a little piece of fruit. When I say I eat fruit, I only eat low glycemic index fruits or low carb fruits. So only berries, strawberries, blueberries, any type of berries I can eat. I stay away from the high sugar ones like mangoes, apples. I will eat an apple because of fiber, but very seldomly I eat apples, but I do. And if I want any fruit, I eat whatever fruit that I want. But I try to stay as low as possible with that. And I try to eat them early on in the daytime. Or if I'm about to go work out. I don't eat bananas because they're just very high in sugar. So they're just not for me. I do eat grapes once in a while. I try to eat healthy. When I'm not pregnant, I don't really eat fruit like that. I eat as keto as I can when I'm not pregnant. Low carbs, high fat, moderate protein when I'm not pregnant. But right now I'm pregnant. I have to eat what my body needs. And if I feel for apple, I eat an apple. If I feel for grapes, I eat grapes. Those things are not going to make you get huge. That's stuff that your body needs. So I eat that stuff. I do not eat oatmeal right now, but if I felt for it, I would. I'm trying to eat more proteins and fats and less carbs because that's been maintaining for me. So before we end this video, definitely want to tell you guys what my stats were. I started out originally, before I got pregnant, I was 193 pounds. And during my IVF process, I went from 193 to approximately 205-ish, 205. And then when I got pregnant, I believe I was between 205 and 210. Today I weigh, my scale goes from 218 to 222. It never passes, maybe 223, give or take, on a good day. So my first doctor visit, when I was about 8 weeks pregnant, I was 214 pounds. I believe I was 210 when I originally got pregnant. So I'm gonna say I was 210, meaning I've gained a total of 8 to 13 pounds during this pregnancy. When I say 8 to 13 pounds, 18 to 13 pounds, I'm 31 weeks right now, and my baby is 5 pounds. Yes, he's huge. Lord, we about to have a big baby. That's about a pound heavier than my son was at this time. So with that being said, 5 of those pounds is 100% baby. Now, I will put a link or a slide screenshot or whatever you call it of all the different things that make up your weight gain right now. The placenta, your breast tissue, your water weight, extra fat that you need for pregnancy, the extra blood in your body. It's almost extra 20 pounds. That's just from baby. So with that being said, I've either lost weight or yeah, because I've only gained 8 to 13 pounds, somewhere in that range. Whereas with my son, I had already gained almost like 15, 16 pounds in a 20 pound, somewhere in that range, I think, with my son. Aftercare. I didn't even wait, how do you snap back? That's basically what this video is about. Forgot to tell y'all about that. So one of the biggest things that my culture, we do after you have a baby, in the hospital, C-section, no C-section, we bind our stomach. So we get binders, and a lot of people use them. Even the hospital give them to you. And we bind our belly to help everything slowly contract back down, so your tummy and your organs and your muscles go back together, which give you that more of appearance of a flatter tummy. I use a very light binder while I'm in a hospital, and something that doesn't, touch my C-section scar, because I am a C-section mama. And no lie, I feel like it squeezes the fluid out of my body. You're bleeding, and you're drinking a lot of water while this is going on too, and you're flushing your body. Once I get home and my stomach isn't sore or anything like that, I move into a tighter garment. Not a corset, but more of like an exercise waist trainer, and I bind it tight, as comfortable as I can do it. And I wear that. When I say I wear it for almost 3 months, as long as I'm home, I'm wearing it. When I go out, I wear it. I wear it 24/7 until I feel like my uterus is back where it belongs and my organs are back where it belongs. I believe within 6 weeks, my stomach was back down to normal. I feel like when I left the hospital, my stomach was almost back down to normal from wearing the binder. So invest in a binder. I'll also throw some links in of the ones that I use, waist trainers and things like that I use. The second thing that I do when I get home from the hospital is, so these are tips for after having your baby now. So now you had your baby. You're going to bind your stomach in the hospital before you get home. You're going to bind your belly the whole time you're home. While you are home, you don't really want to restrict your food if you're breastfeeding. So that's not a good idea. You're going to want to eat because you want your milk to come in. This is where you have to find your balance of if you're doing keto or not doing keto. If you're intermittent fasting, Intermittent fasting is not recommended during breastfeeding. I'm going to play it by ear. I did intermittent fasting when I was breastfeeding my son, and I was okay. But what I did was I did my 16-hour fast, which I only ate from, I think, like either like noon to like 7 or something like that. But what I did was I just stopped eating at 6 or 7 o'clock. And when I woke up, I did have something, but I had a high-fat keto coffee in the morning, which took me to lunch, which that fat was really, like, when I say that keto coffee, the fat in it, you might not get as much breast milk, but I feel like the quality of the breast milk is amazing. So your baby doesn't need as much milk because it's a fattier milk. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. If you Google some other people who's on keto, who's breastfeeding, there's so many people that you can watch and get tips for. Another thing is a carb up at night. If you're not eating carbs all day, right before you go to bed, do a carb up. You have something like an apple, a little bit of rice, crackers, something that's going to help your breast milk in the morning. But there's so many ways of doing that. So, but you still have to watch what you're eating. So what I do is I eat keto-ish. So that's not fully keto. What I do is I stick with the high fats, moderate protein, low carb, but I still have carbs because I do still have carbs. But what I do is I get all my carbs from my vegetables. So I eat a lot of broccoli, a lot of spinach, a lot of salads. I'm eating dairy. I'm eating all that good stuff, y'all. And I'm filling my body up with it. I drink ginger teas. I drink a lot of stuff to just give all the nutrients back into my body. So you still have to watch what you're eating when you come home, if you want. Because you come home, you start eating snacks and cookies and stuff, you're not going to lose any weight. Okay? It is what it is. If you want that body to snap back quick, these are the things you have to do. Okay? You have to watch what you're eating, but make sure that it's not messing with your milk supply. For the mamas who putting their baby straight on formula, go for it, baby. You can start restricting, you do whatever you want, but you still need to eat healthy enough because you need to get your body back to where you've lost a lot of nutrients from this baby. And you need to make sure that you get all your levels because you're not going to lose weight if your body is malnourished. And most of us are malnourished because our babies took everything from us. I know that's what's happening with me, why I have low iron. My baby's sucking it out of me, okay? So still be taking your prenatals after pregnancy. I would still take those for a few months after pregnancy to get yourself together, right? Let's see. So we talked about binding your belly, waist training. Now let's talk about exercise. Most people are not cleared until 6 weeks after birth to start exercising. I'm guilty. I don't wait no 6 weeks. I get out and I know I have a C-section. I need to sit my butt down somewhere. But I'm not out there running triathlons or anything like that. As soon as my body feels like I can get up and move around, I start with just moving around the house. I don't stay upstairs in my bed for more than a day or two after I come home. I walk my baby downstairs. I bring my baby back up the stairs. I walk around the house. I'm not doing anything crazy because I'm still very weak from a C-section. But usually I am in a good place within about a week. And what I do is I put my baby in his baby carriage. I take him outside. And I might just walk in my cul-de-sac. Just walk around. Not too far in case I get too tired or anything like that. And every day I add a little bit to it until I feel like I can walk. And before you know it, that 10-minute walk becomes 15, becomes 20. Before you know it, I'm back doing my 3 to 5 miles walking. And that is before I'm cleared. Again, check with your doctor before you do anything. But you know what your body can take. Nothing crazy. Then what I usually do is I add in my little 5-pound weights. And I might sit in a chair and use my 5-pound weights to get my strength back because I'm going back to work 2 months after that, my baby. So I need to have strength to do the job that I do. I can't be waiting around and go back and be weak and fragile and huffing and puffing, walking up the hills and climbing in holes and stuff. So I start from very early. Now, when you get to that 6 weeks and they clear you, it still can be a process for some mamas to jump right back in. You have a little baby now. I have 2 babies, so it's even harder. One of my big things is I spend a lot of time with my kids, working out, playing outside if I can. When I'm not pregnant, my goal is to be outside and active with my kids. Summer's coming. I try to be as active as I can. On top of, there are lots of YouTube videos that you can work out with your baby. You can use your baby as workout. That 10, 15, 20 pounds, baby. Squats with them, all that stuff. So with that being said, that's another way of snapping back as fast as you can. I'll also go ahead and put in a few products that I plan on using moderately because I'm breastfeeding, but I do use TLC products. I don't sell you TLC products, so I'm not even trying to sell y'all on it. I do take that, and I'm planning on trying that Keisha Kiora's Slim Tea. I don't know when yet, but between that, waist training, working out, getting my sweat in, I'm just gonna no fat diets for real, eating healthy, working out to get my body back down to my pre-baby weight, which is 193 pounds. So this was a long video. Hopefully once I edit it, it's not super duper long. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are having a great pregnancy. You're not tired and sluggish, and that you're making it. And hopefully I can see all y'all beautiful babies soon enough. And if you guys have any tips for me for weight loss, or maybe something I said was crazy, in the comments below, leave a comment. Tell me what you guys do to snap back, get healthy, look great after you have your babies. And this little disclaimer I'm going to put out here, everybody's body is different. Don't look at all these YouTubers, all these superstars, all these people on Instagram that snap back like that, because everybody is different. You don't know what their journey was before, during, and after pregnancy, so you can't judge them. If they snap back faster, don't criticize them. You're supposed to empower them. And if you're not snapping back at fast, don't get down on yourself and say, why am I don't look like that after I have my baby? Like, do your research and figure out what you can do to get yourself in the best health for you, your baby, and your family. And with that being said, this was a video on the things that I do that help me during pregnancy. I'm going to have more series to show you guys, you know, how much working out before getting pregnant helped me, and to show you guys what my weight, what I look like after I give birth in the hospital, a month later, 2 months later, 3 months later, and you guys follow my journey of my postpartum weight loss. So right now, I want y'all to sit back and just look at all these different meals that I've been making and storing up for this video for you guys. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching my video and sticking with me. You know, I'm still new to this to this whole YouTube thing, but I just love getting in front of the camera and talking to you guys and just being real with you guys and not having to, like, you know, pretend and fake a funk. Like, this is me, raw and uncut. And thank you guys for watching. Please like, share with a mama that you know, share with a daddy that you know, share with someone who is struggling right now or planning to get pregnant. Please share this video because it helps me grow my channel and reach all of you guys. And thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.